Zodiac, the killer who taunted a nation. This is the story of a killer who played a game with the world. A murderer who sought not just blood, but attention. A man who turned murder into a riddle, and then disappeared. He called himself the Zodiac. And for more than 5 decades, no one has been able to say for certain who he was. The first murder. It began on December 20, 1968, in Vallejo, California. 2 teenagers, Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday, were parked at a quiet lover's lane. It was a cold Friday night. The couple planned to attend a Christmas concert, but they never made it. At approximately 11 p.m., someone approached their vehicle. No one knows exactly what was said. What is certain is what happened next. David was shot in the head at point-blank range. Betty Lou tried to run, but was gunned down from behind. 5 bullets. No fingerprints. No witnesses. A survivor speaks. July 4, 1969. Just over 6 months later. Another couple, another car, another night. This time, one of them survived. Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mageau were sitting in a parked car near Blue Rock Springs Park. Suddenly, a car pulled up behind them. A man approached with a flashlight, then opened fire. Darlene was killed. Michael, although shot in the face and neck, survived. His description was chilling. A heavy-set white male, short brown hair, no mask, cold, emotionless. An hour later, the Vallejo Police Department received a phone call. A calm voice confessed to both murders. He knew details that had never been released to the public. The game had begun. The letters arrived. On August 1, 1969, 3 newspapers received nearly identical letters. Each began with the same chilling phrase, "This is the Zodiac speaking." The letters claimed responsibility for the murders. Enclosed were 3 cryptograms, each a puzzle made of symbols. The killer demanded they be printed on the front page, or more people would die. It was the first time the public heard from the Zodiac. And it would not be the last. Days later, a couple from Salinas cracked the first cipher. It read, "I like killing people because it is so much fun." No name, no identity, only a promise, there would be more. Terror at the lake. September 27, 1969. Lake Berryessa, Napa County. Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard, college students, were enjoying a picnic by the water. Around 6:30 p.m., a man approached, wearing a dark hood with a white crosshair symbol on the front. He held a gun and claimed to be an escaped convict. He tied him up, then pulled out a knife. Brian was stabbed 6 times. Cecilia, 10. She died 2 days later. Brian survived. Once again, the killer called police, calmly reporting the crime. On the victim's car door, written in black marker, were the names and dates of previous murders. Zodiac. The San Francisco murder. Just 2 weeks later, the Zodiac struck again. October 11, 1969. San Francisco cab driver Paul Stein picked up a fare in the city's theater district. The passenger asked to go to Presidio Heights. At the corner of Washington and Cherry Street, he shot Stein in the head. This time, the killer was seen. 3 teenagers witnessed a man wiping down the cab and walking away, calmly. Police arrived minutes later. They even passed a man matching the description, but were told to look for a black suspect. The killer walked free. Days later, the Zodiac mailed a piece of Paul Stein's bloody shirt to the newspaper. The message was clear. "I am not afraid of the gas chamber, a city in fear." The Zodiac now claimed to have killed 7, but in his letters, he claimed the real number was 37. He threatened school children. He described bomb-making techniques. He sent more ciphers, taunting law enforcement and the press. Each letter was a theatrical performance, boasting, challenging, terrifying. And yet, he always seemed one step ahead. Suspects and false trails. The most well-known suspect was Arthur Lee Allen. He owned a Zodiac brand watch, with the same symbol the killer used. He lived near the first 2 crime scenes. He was fired from a school job just before the school bus threats began. A former friend claimed Allen confessed to killing people. Police searched his home. They found guns, knives, typewriters, even bloody knives in the car. But the handwriting didn't match. The fingerprints didn't match. And decades later, neither did his DNA. He was never arrested. Unsolved, unforgotten. The final confirmed Zodiac letter came in 1974. After that, silence. Still, hundreds of tips continued to pour in. Dozens of men were investigated. In 2021, a group of private sleuths known as the Case Breakers claimed to have found the killer. The FBI dismissed the theory. The Zodiac case remains officially unsolved. His legacy. The Zodiac Killer wanted to be famous. He achieved his goal. Books, movies, podcasts, forums. He changed how we think about serial killers. Not just as murderers, but manipulators. Symbols, puzzles, public terror. He turned crime into theater. But behind all the mystery were real victims. Families who never got answers. Lives cut short. Trauma that never healed. To this day, we still don't know who the Zodiac was. And maybe, and most likely, we never will. But his story reminds us of the shadows that live among us. And the power of fear, when mixed with genius and cruelty. If this story gripped you, subscribe for more chilling deep dives into the minds of history's most elusive killers. And let us know in the comments, who do you think the Zodiac really was?